It's time for No Pad Sports Talk. Stay tuned as two brothers bring you the latest from your Michigan teams and beyond in hockey, baseball, football, and more. Let's get started. Here are your hosts, JD and Steve.
Welcome to another special edition of No Pad Sports Talk. I am JD.
And I am Steve, and as you can see, we are in the same room again.
That's two shows in a row. Don't get used to it.
Right? Because, one or both of us will not be in the area next week.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. So, but we wanted to bring you... the MLB deadline's coming up, and we're going to try to cover as much of that as we possibly can. If there's any breaking news, we might mention it here, but we're going to have an actual recap show of the trade deadline with the MLB here coming up later. But, Steve mentioned something that just kind of in passing conversation that we normally would do, and he was thought it might be a good topic for a show because... as sports fans, I'm sure we love sports movies.
That's right.
So,
sports movies are the best.
And we all have our favorite sports movies. So ultimately, I think, let's go ahead and talk about sports movies. Find out, maybe we might have some hidden gems in there that you guys haven't seen yet.
Right. So when I asked him this question at first, he says, I was like, give me your top 5, right? So he threw out 2 right away. They were?
Oh, now you got me on the spot. It was Major League and Bull Durham.
Bull Durham,
Man,
right?
I couldn't think of it for a second. Yeah.
So, and those were obvious. They're both baseball movies.
Yep.
I had A League of Their Own.
Yep.
And... no, I don't remember what I had.
See? It's a little bit harder, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Was it like a...
Field of Dreams. It was another Kevin Costner movie.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Field of Dreams and A League of Their Own, right?
Yeah.
So I went in that direction. Both, revolve around the sports game.
Yeah.
But probably because I just watched both of those just recently. Or, parts of those. But, so what I did was I kind of went through and I looked online and, there was a report already by somebody who'd done that. It was done by Bleacher Report, and I'm trying to just find the link, so give me a second. Apparently I'm not ready. Here it goes. So Bleacher Report had the top 100 greatest movies of all time, right?
Yep.
Now, as we went through here, there were some, it's not every Rocky movie, but Rockies 1 through 4 were in the top 60, if I remember right.
Was 4 in there too, or just 3?
No, 4 was in there too. Yeah.
So,
but yeah. So we've kind of already gone through this list.
yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of just hit some of the highlights, I think, real quick, and then we're gonna talk about some of them, I think.
Yeah.
So number 100, kind of go from the top down to the best, or
Yeah,
we'll go to the best.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. So top 100, we got Space Jam, not the LeBron James one, but the GOAT one with Michael Jordan. And that's my version of the GOAT. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff going on about who's the GOAT because of shoe sales, and shoe sales should be part of who's the GOAT, right?
No.
And it's not.
No.
Right? Steph Curry, I was talking to Mom, we were at dinner yesterday, and it was on, and they asked Steph Curry who the GOAT was, and he's like, look, I think there's multiple GOATs. He says, and I hate that. He says, it's not a cop-out. He says, it's just you can't compare players from different eras.
You can.
Right? And I just said that. Our mom and I were talking about it, and I said that to her, and I says, I cannot believe that Steph Curry said exactly the same thing I did, right? But I think...
well, we were discussing it on our podcast from a few months ago.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what you had said then.
Yes.
Is you can't compare them from different eras.
And you can't. So, you just, it's... would you compare him to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
You can't.
Magic Johnson?
No.
Right? So, as you go back through a certain period of time in basketball, there's always this turnover, I think, right? But Space Jam, actually, I really enjoy. I like watching Space Jam, but you know,
I like Bugs, so
Bugs is great.
yeah,
99 was a hockey movie, Youngblood.
yeah, okay, that's a good movie.
98 kind of takes us to our childhood, Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, broken arm, goes and get to play for the car.
Tight and
Yeah, and now he's throwing rockets until the last game when it finally heals, and he has to throw the blooper for the strikeout. But hey, it works.
I like the cameos in that movie.
Yeah.
From the major leaguers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, 97 was the boxing movie, The Great White Hope, and it's actually, oh no, it's not. This movie deserves to make the list for any other reason than the spectacular picture of James Earl Jones looking like Debo from Friday. And when you look at this,
Oh wow.
it could be Debo. I didn't know that. I had to read it to know that was James Earl Jones because he's not wearing a Darth Vader vest, but speaking for the Lion,
Yeah.
Mustafa, Moose, yeah.
Yeah.
96 was a Tom Cruise movie, and it's not Jerry Maguire. It was All the Right Moves, where he apparently plays some high school football player back in Iowa or whatever. 95 teams up a couple of Saturday Night Live guys.
Oh yeah.
Blades
that's
of
great.
Glory.
Blades of Glory.
Blades
Yeah.
of Glory. So,
So they're not all serious sports movies, obviously,
No.
right? With Blades of Glory being on there.
right.
So and going through the list earlier, there's going to be a couple surprises, and you'll probably be thinking, "Oh yeah, I guess we can consider that a sport," and that's what we had to do as we're going
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah, absolutely. 94 Kickboxer,
Okay.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yep.
Stop.
Oh, look at that.
93 The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. I've never even heard of it, never seen it, don't know anything about it, but apparently there are basketball characters in it, so I assume it's a basketball movie.
Makes sense, but yeah, I don't know it either.
Yeah, so it says the movie title, the poster says, "As jocks they were jokes, the 12 nuttiest, the goofiest."
Oh, breaking news.
What we got?
Michael Lorenzen's going to the Phillies.
To the Phillies. Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
Sorry for that.
No, that's okay, 'cause
interrupt the
that's
breaking
just-
news because that affects Detroit.
That
you know,
affects Detroit.
specific,
So we've been looking at that.
They have not confirmed the deal, but it's supposed to be for infield prospect, which I was saying we need.
Which is what we
infielders.
needed.
And it's Hao Yu Lee. He's supposed to be the 5th ranked prospect in the Phillies organization. So again, we know that it wasn't going to be anything major. We know it wasn't
Right.
going to be like there's one of anybody's top 2-3 prospects. So I'm not too familiar with this guy, but stay tuned. We'll definitely have more in-depth coverage after this video.
Yeah. So there's Blades of Glory, Kickboxer, Fish. 92.
There we go.
What a boy.
Yeah.
My mama said. My mama says.
So again, not all serious movies, but you gotta love The Waterboy. I mean, who doesn't like The Waterboy?
Yeah, come on. Number 91, I thought was a really good football program from, I think it came out in the 90s. The Program.
Yes. Yes.
So I thought that was really good. 90 was a movie called Red Belt. I believe it's probably about kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, actually. So, surfing movie, number 89, Blue Crush.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
Yep. Number 88, a very old boxing movie. It's got Ricky Schroeder in it and John Voight playing a boxer called The Champ.
Yep. That one I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have put the Blue Wave or whatever.
Blue
was in
Crush.
it. Blue Crush.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll put that in there.
Come on, it's a sport.
No. It's not
Oh,
because
okay.
it's not because it's not a sport, right?
I think they put it in there because there are.
Trying to vary it or something.
I don't know, because there's 4 hot chicks carrying surfboards.
Oh, so clickbait.
There you go.
That's probably their thumbnail, right?
Yeah, that was the thumbnail that was on
people
here.
to click. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Number 87, Varsity Blues.
Oh yes, definitely.
I love that movie.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. Basketball Diaries had Leo DiCaprio.
Yep.
Another not serious movie, The Kingpin.
Bowling, Kingpin.
Bowling.
Look, anybody that's an older movie in the 90s,
Yeah.
right? So if you like comedy, kind of even like dark comedy, we'll say,
Yeah.
give it a watch.
Absolutely. It's Bill Murray is fantastic.
Yes, he
He's
is.
playing the over the hill guy.
And he always, I don't want to give anything away, but oh my god, like when he's meeting his fan,
Yeah.
and he's just kind of like, okay, yeah, why don't you just like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he gets a little handsy. The app keeps messing up. Number 84 is another boxing movie called Digstown.
okay, that was a good movie.
Yep.
I like that one.
Yep. Then, not either baseball or basketball,
Oh, the combination of the two.
but basketball.
So, for those that don't know what that is, that was actually written and directed by the people that did South Park.
That's right.
So, it's comedy gold.
Oh, it was freaking hilarious. Green Street Hooligans.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
Me neither. Number 81, everyone's favorite bobsled team.
Cool Runnings
Cool Runnings, man.
from Jamaica.
That's right. Number 80, More Than a Game. So before LeBron James, I think this was about LeBron James before he came into his basketball time. Arm wrestling movie.
Well, there's only a couple. Only one I'd put on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be Over the Top.
Over the Top. Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
You got it.
You got, yeah. And then you got to do the grip thing. You got to like change the grip. Yeah.
Blah! All right. And you got to make the ugly face because he's
He-
pretty good at that.
Well, every movie has an ugly face with him in it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the ugly face. Yeah. Come on. I don't know why it keeps doing this.
Ads, I think. Going. Anyway.
Yeah. And we were in the 80s. 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, there we go. 81 was Cool Runnings. 80 was More Than a Game. Over the Top was 79. Blue Chips.
Okay.
Had Shaquille O'Neal in it.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
The Mighty Ducks. Before
Yeah.
Anaheim had their own Mighty Ducks.
I liked the premise. As long as it was the first one, I think it'll be pretty good.
It was the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. 76. Any Given Sunday football movie had Jamie Foxx in there playing a quarterback.
There wasn't Pacino also in there.
It was.
Yeah.
That's
That
who
was
they got
great.
sitting on there.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's a good one. Some movie called Something for Joey. It was a made-for-TV movie.
Nope, don't know that one.
True story about John Caponelli, who won the Heisman while his little brother battled leukemia.
Okay.
74, Vision Quest. Matthew Modine as a wrestler.
Nope.
He tries to drop 2 weight classes. All
I
right,
haven't
nothing.
seen that one. No.
Another great one. If you can dodge a wrench,
You can dodge a ball.
you can dodge a ball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, the true underdog story.
That is a great movie. So many quotable stuff in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like what is that one? Like that's something about bold strategy. I can't remember what his name is. Bold strategy. Let's see if it works out or pays
Yeah.
off or something.
It's everything's on the Ocho, and now apparently I've seen a commercial for ESPN the Ocho.
Did you?
There's an ESPN 8,
Oh wow.
and it has
I didn't see that.
a bunch of cornhole, dodgeball, had a bunch of other
I've
stuff
been
that you would
watching
see on that.
cornhole.
I know. These guys are fantastic
They
in
are.
cornhole.
They are.
72, Days of Thunder.
Of course. You gotta have Days of Thunder on
Right.
for any. Yeah.
Yep. Another great football movie, The Replacements.
Yes. And I even like the remake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the remake.
Bend It Like Beckham
Okay. Sure.
makes the top 70. Ali with Will Smith.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love Will Smith as an actor.
Yep.
Just in general.
We got The Express.
Mm.
Heisman Trophy winner. What's his name? I'll come back to that. I'll figure it out. North Dallas 40 was another football game. Another football movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
66 Above the Rim.
Oh yeah,
Had Tupac in it.
yeah. They went to Africa to try to find the next great basketball player.
Yeah. 65 We Are Marshall.
That was that's-
Sad, heartbreaking, but it was awesome. Coming back, and it's something that coming out of tragedy.
Yes, very good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the movie though that they didn't really have a playbook or anything, and they went to like their rivals. Hey, can we get your playbook?
Yeah.
And they just hand it to them. Like,
Yeah. Let's see. The Girl Fight has Michelle Rodriguez in it as a boxer.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
There we
Get
go.
in the hole!
Are you too good for your home?
Too good for your home?
Yeah.
And then Shooter McGavin. All right.
He spends more time in the sand than David Hasselhoff.
And then getting your butt kicked by Bob Barker. That's always
Yeah.
a classic, right?
Yeah.
62's Victory. It looks like it's rugby, but
Don't know that one.
then there's a Tyson movie about Mike Tyson
Okay.
at 61. Radio,
Okay. I like that one.
based on a true story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Heaven Can Wait. I assume.
And that sounds. I just can't picture the movie, but
Yeah, so it sounds like there was someone who died before his time, and then he got to come back as somebody else, and there was actually a Chris Rock remake.
Oh, okay.
I forget the name of the movie, but Mystery Alaska comes in at number 58. It's a really good hockey movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Another one I've never heard of, the Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings.
Nope.
It's baseball.
Oh.
It says you got Darth Vader, Lando Calrissian, and Richard Pryor thrown into the mix. Yes, you do. All right. Love and Basketball.
Okay.
55, Damn Yankees. I actually didn't know that was I thought it was a musical. I didn't know it was actually a sports movie anytime I ever heard of it. Coach Carter.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I like that one.
10 Cup.
Love that one.
This is your last ball. You don't put this in, we can't turn it in, we're disqualified. Give me the...
Again, Kevin Costner should just have stuck to sports movies.
Yeah.
That's where he was best.
Yeah.
Not Waterworld.
Not one. Oh, yeah.
Or The Postman.
Actually, while it was super long, I didn't think it was that bad, The Postman. But anyway. Number 52, Dogtown and the Z-Boys.
I don't know that one.
And the guy's skateboarding, so...
Oh. Okay.
51, Seabiscuit. Got to have a horse racing one in there, right?
All right.
Sure. Number 50, Sugar. Never heard of it. And it's a baseball movie. Talladega Nights. If you're not first,
You're last.
you're last. That's right. The Shake and Bake. Pool movie. Color of Money.
Okay.
Comes in. Then we got 8 Men Out about the Chicago White Sox.
Yep.
And the cheating scandal from 1919. Rocky IV is at 46.
Okay, so there was 4 of them in there.
Yeah, all 4 movies in the top 50.
Wow.
Invictus was a rugby movie about the South African rugby team. Had Morgan Freeman in it. I think he played the president at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. God dang it. Wish I could. My brain just. I'm not feeling very good today. Not
Very
good at
woo?
all.
Oh.
Very good. Not good at all. Friday Night Lights comes in at 44.
Okay.
The original The Longest Yard
Yes.
comes in. Bang the Drum Slowly, baseball movie. It's baseball. It's a film by Ken Burns.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's a long series
Yeah,
of
that's
movies.
good. That's good.
18 and a half hours, actually. So if you got some time.
Yeah.
The Damned United.
No, don't know that one.
I'm guessing soccer, if I had to guess. Cinderella Man, another boxing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Big Fan. Looks like it's around football. Invincible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Underdog Story.
Yeah.
Making
True,
the team.
True.
Yeah. The Rookie. Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With
He was like a 40-year-old rookie.
yeah,
or
Dennis
something.
Quaid comes in as a
Dennis
40-year-old
Quaid.
rookie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. White Men Can't Jump. No. I ain't jumping. Guess Kevin Costner again, another movie, baseball. For Love of the Game.
Love of the Game, when he's with the Tigers.
Yeah, plays a pitcher for the Tigers. Jerry Maguire, show me the money! Great movie.
It is.
Number 32, Rocky 2.
Okay.
Another surfing movie comes at 31. It's called Riding Giants, and that's a giant wave. You're never going to see me try and put a surfboard. It's like putting a toothpick. Nah, I'm good. Nah. I don't need to do that. Bad News Bears, the original 1930, or 1930, number 30. The Hurricane, boxing movie.
Boxing. Yeah, that's good.
The Blind Side, another based on true event story.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it that high, but yes. Yeah.
27, He Got Game.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Very good classic baseball movie there. Murder Ball. It's got, looks like people who are paralyzed and in wheelchairs playing basketball. Wheelchair basketball.
Okay.
Number 24 is Rocky 3. It's got Clubber Lang in there.
Well, Rocky 3 needs to be higher than the other two Rockies, and it was. So that's good.
See, I thought the Russian one would have been higher.
That was 3, wasn't it?
No.
Because it
Clubber Lang was... That's where his manager dies in... like I almost called him Lando, but it's not Lando.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed comes back and he trains Rocky to beat Clubber Lang to get the belt back.
Okay. All right. So it was 4 then.
Yep. 4. Yep. The Karate Kid is 23.
If he dies, he dies.
He dies. Yeah. A League of Their Own. So the movie I picked at the very beginning comes in number 22. And it shows there's no crying in baseball. No crying in baseball. Sir, she's crying. Brian Song, very based on true events movie there about Chicago running backs, and I'm drawing a blank on their names. Gale Sayers, thank you. Miracle on Ice. So I call it The Miracle on Ice, but it's just called Miracle.
It's called Miracle. But yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a fantastic movie. Yes. And then You're Killing Me, Smalls!
Yeah, that's...
At 19?
Yeah.
That's a great baseball movie.
So now we're looking at the top 20.
Top 20.
So, like, these are, like, of all time.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have some like, not only do these movies have to be generational, where they from one generation to the next, right? But they have to be quotable.
That's right.
Like you could say one line and everybody around you knows exactly what we're talking about, right?
That's right.
Like, it has to be that way in top 20.
So I am going to be 50 years old this year as a teacher, and my students, when I say You're Killing Me, Smalls, they actually know what movie that's from.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. That's my point, right? Like top 20 all time, it has to be that way.
Yeah. So number 18 was one of those movies that you and I talked about that, well, is it really a sport?
Yes.
And as you see it shows up on ESPN. It's the World Series of Poker. Yeah. But this obviously wasn't the World Series of Poker, but Rounders.
Yes.
Right? So
Rounders is a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Great movie. You know,
right?
Back when Rounders came out, I'm going to date myself here, but back when Rounders came out, I was working at the old defunct video stores.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And there was this Russian guy. I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. He was a younger guy, and he loved poker. He'd come in and rent the movie like twice a week. Why he didn't just buy it, I have no idea. But he would rent the movie twice a week, sometimes hold it over. Like, that's like the only thing I remember him renting.
Yeah.
Like, he'd come in and he'd have like a date, and he'd have a girl on his arm or stuff like that.
Right.
Renting Rounders. Like, oh man, the guy loved it.
Rounders, but fantastic movie.
It was.
Right? Fantastic movie. It's number 17, Chariots of Fire.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of people running on a beach.
Yes.
With a really cool song playing in the background. Another fantastic generational type of football movie. Remember the Titans.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Again, based on true events.
Yep.
So that was really good. And here comes yours, number 15, Major League.
Major League, yes. I
Throwing
personally,
the heater.
I personally put that higher. Right?
I agree. I think I would put that movie much higher.
It's got to be top 10.
I would top 10.
Yes.
Top 10, absolutely.
All right, that's fine. 15, all right, but
The number of quotable lines in this.
yes.
We wear hats and sleeves in this league, son.
Or just him peeing on Dorn's contract.
Yeah.
Love that scene.
Yeah. I had a lot of velocity on it. Sounded like it. When we were kings, I assume it's Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. The Wrestler
Yeah.
comes in. I've not seen it. Comes in at number 13. It's got Marissa Tomei in it and Mickey Rourke. Marissa Tomei, it says she gets naked. I might have to watch it. Sorry, I know this is not made for kids, but hey. The Hustler, another pool.
That's a great movie.
So,
I totally agree with it.
absolutely.
Yes.
So, before our dad died, in the garage, that's where we shot pool all the time. Dad was a big pool player.
Yeah.
He was a big sports guy in general, but we loved to play pool, sit around the garage, make sure we try not to hit the Corvette sitting next to the pool table.
Right.
Because it's an excellent place to put a Corvette, right?
Yeah.
But above the pool table, up against the wall, was a picture from The Hustler.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. $1 Million Baby comes in at number 11.
I wouldn't have had that at 11. There's a couple other movies in the top 20 that would have moved up personally.
Yep.
But I could see a top 20 movie.
All right. Hockey movie, The Slap Shot.
Okay.
Or just Slap Shot, I think.
Yeah, Slapshot.
Slap Shot.
Yeah.
Number 9, Hoop Dreams.
Okay.
Was a special on PBS.
Yeah. I remember watching that way back in the day.
Yeah. There was 250 hours of footage that turned into a 3-hour movie. Okay. Great golf movie. Greasy Grind.
Yeah.
Go for Guts.
I couldn't think of the name of it for a second. I knew what I was talking about, but man, I drew a blank.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Caddyshack comes in at number
Caddyshack.
8.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And at the end, where the ump guy is just watching the field judge, whatever you call those guys who are watching the balls, everything's blowing up, and the ball finally goes in.
Yeah.
Another great baseball movie, The Natural.
Okay. That was a good movie.
Yep. Number 6, the original Rocky.
Now, definitely, that might even be top 5 for me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Bull Durham comes in at 5.
Okay. It has to be top 5. There's so many quotable lines in that one too, right? Like
I sent you one this morning about. I sent via text. I clicked it, highlighted it, and sent it to you because I was like, yeah. You know what it takes to get from 250 to 300? It's 25 hits out of 500. One more, whatever. He had a long list of what he called a hit.
Yeah.
It was a great.
C&I signal or whatever.
Yeah.
Like blooper.
Number 4, Rudy.
See, look, I personally think Rudy's a little bit overrated movie. Let's say I don't like it. But
Right,
to be top
right.
5 and stuff like that,
I know.
and all these other movies, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I understand it's a true story. It's supposed to be inspirational, but
Yep.
no, not top 5.
Not top 5.
No.
All right. Raging Bull.
Okay.
Boxing movie at number 3. And then here we go.
If it was top 3, right? Like I would switch Raging Bull with Rocky, the first one. Just
Okay. Yeah.
no.
So the second movie that I picked, Field of Dreams, comes in at number 2. And
It's a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
And they say they have, this is Bleacher Report's report, number 1 movie, Hoosiers.
Yeah. Not number 1 for me.
I wouldn't call it number 1. I think it's a top 10 movie,
You could,
I think
you
it's a
could do
top 10. right?
Sure.
But there, based on that list, I think there's some other movies that should have been higher.
Yes.
And but there were some movies on there that we'd never seen.
Well,
And it's funny, out of 100, there weren't very many.
No, there
so
weren't very
apparently we spent a lot of time watching movies about sports.
Well, if I watched Major League 5 times less
Yeah.
than the 300 I watched it, I probably could have covered all the movies.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, and it's subjective too, obviously, because there are certain people that's not going to watch a certain movie just because of a sport that they may not like.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I would like. There's a lot of people that do, like hockey movies. Like I'm not a big hockey fan.
Yep.
I'm becoming more of a hockey
Right.
fan, right?
Now, there wasn't a tennis movie on here, right?
No.
I'm
But-
thinking the Arthur Ashe story.
But I wonder, like, how, you know, if it was made many years ago, then maybe there wasn't.
Well,
like
let's take a look to see when it was.
because
played.
the one movie I wanted to watch and I haven't seen it yet was the story of.
the King. It's got. Was it talking about the sisters?
Yeah.
The Williams sisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking maybe if it was put out before that movie or something.
Right.
But another Will Smith movie, and like I said, I love Will Smith, but the.
So this was in 2010.
Oh yeah, definitely then.
Definitely. But I thought the Arthur Ashe movie. It wasn't. I mean, again, true story about Arthur Ashe, right? It's the only one I can think of as far as tennis. There's a couple of them that I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have made it. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a good list overall.
I think they at least got the top 100 right.
Yeah, you know, there's probably some other movies that we could have slotted in there,
Sure.
moved them around a little bit. I think as we looked at that list, and we
Yeah.
talked about that some, right? But this was just more of a fun thing because you know we talk about sports,
Yeah.
and this brought in some sports that bowling.
Yeah.
Don't talk about. We got to talk about cornhole, or at least mention cornhole, right?
Yeah.
And ESPN the Ocho because you know dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
But yeah. So it was good list. Some great movies. So if there's some on there that you haven't seen, you know,
And let us know if there's a movie that's not on there.
That you
right?
think should
because
be.
especially, you know, if we haven't seen it, because we'd love to be able to check out these sports movies. You
Yeah.
know, some hidden gems. Let us know.
absolutely, because there is the Williams sisters one. Definitely want to see
Yeah.
because I think it did get some awards.
I don't really follow the award thing, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but yeah, it's the.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time watching TV. See, back when I was watching TV, you know, TV actually turned off like,
Actually, it did, didn't
at
it?
1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. You got nothing but snow.
But you know what's pretty funny though? I was thinking about this. I saw on another video someone else did, and I wasn't really thinking about it until I saw it there. But you know, growing up, you know, 'cause our generation's called like the forgotten generation,
Yeah.
right? So they actually had to like during the news or whatever say something like, you know, it's 11 p.m. Do you know where your kids are?
Yeah.
They actually had to remind parents that they had kids.
Right.
Yeah. Like that was that's
Yeah.
so funny to think
Yeah.
about it now.
Because, you know, I think we've said this on our podcast episode. We
Yeah.
talked about having to be back in the house,
Street
back in
lights.
the yard by the time the street light came on.
Yep.
And then one specific one was the one across the street,
Yep.
right? So, but yeah. It
Yeah,
was a
those-
different world back then, though.
But there was, you know, there was no cell phones or anything.
Was it?
Like you couldn't get a hold of somebody. You
No.
couldn't text somebody. You know. It was
Well,
just-
Dad knew how to do it. That freaking whistle.
Oh yeah.
The and you could hear it for blocks,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And he'd time it. Like, okay, the sound went out. You've got till to get home.
Yeah.
So you had to be within whistle sound. Typically, we're down either in the field at the neighbor's house
Yeah.
or down at the church at the corner.
And usually the church for me.
Yeah.
Is where I was at most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. there were times where I wanted to take my bike because I wanted to be, you know, talk. It's not really like, well, BMX.
Actually, yeah, I'll consider that sport.
Yeah.
Rad.
Rad.
You can go
Well,
rad.
there's two of them, Rad and BMX Bandits.
Oh, I don't
It's
remember.
got
BMX Bandits.
was Tom Cruise's first wife? What's her name? Tall. She's married
Nicole
to
Kidman?
Nicole Kidman. She's in it.
Okay.
BMX Bandit.
No, I just remember Rad.
Yeah.
And I remember at the end of the movie, doing the backflip, and the announcer was like, "Hulk Hogan, eat your heart out," or whatever.
Yeah, slow motion. It's got the slow song playing in the background.
It was so cheesy.
It
Though.
was super cheesy.
But
But again, we all tried to do it,
Oh, of course we did.
right? We all had
Yeah.
pegs on our bike.
We all had
This is
pegs.
back in the day when that first started,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, you know, cool stuff. So, yeah. Well, that's kind of our episode for today. We just wanted to
Short and sweet. you
have
know.
a little fun with some sports movies since this is a sports. I don't know, what do we call our YouTube stuff? Is it video cast video? I don't know. It's our TV channel.
Yeah.
make sure you turn us
What
up.
it is. Like,
Tune in and turn us up.
but yeah, again, let us know what we should be watching if we haven't watched it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your what you think your. Let's just call it your top 5 movies. What would be your top 5 movies?
So, what would be your top 5 movies after going through the 100? It doesn't have to be in order, but just top 5 in general.
So top 5: Field of Dreams, League of Their Own, Rocky, Tin Cup.
I love Tin Cup.
And
That's so underrated.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder is a good movie.
I'm kind of a Tom Cruise guy. I really like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, okay.
So when he made Top Gun #2, oh, I was in.
Yeah.
I had the Top Gun gear. I went into the movie.
I did not like that movie.
Oh, I loved it.
I do not.
Loved
It
it.
just seemed really, like, the whole premise, I think, behind it was a little weird, but I mean, I was fine with, like Iceman making his cameo and all that, right? All that was cool, right?
Yep.
I like the throwback stuff. All that was cool.
Yep.
It was just the mission behind it seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And since that was such a big part of the movie, it just seemed a
It
little
was.
forced. That's all. Like the first
I mean,
Top Gun, everything flowed real nice and
Well,
everything
they
made
had
sense.
30 years to figure it out, and they just overthought it. But I still loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was kind of, it stood alone. Like the movie could stand alone,
It could,
right?
Yeah.
It didn't require Top Gun. Maverick could be by itself.
And I'm fine, and I'm glad they did it that way.
Yeah.
I just wish they would come up with some different way to do some sort of different mission.
Yeah, and I was glad they brought in Penny Benjamin because not a lot of people remember the character because you never see her in Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
There's only the mention of Penny Benjamin. I remember when you went ballistic with Penny Benjamin. That's it. That's what you got.
Yeah.
And now you got a face to the name.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Yeah.
So obviously mine, I gotta start with Bull Durham. Like I think Bull Durham is by far the best sports movie for me. Like again, personal opinion. I
Yep.
love Bull Durham. But I gotta go with Major League again in top 5. Rocky. And I just don't know about the others.
Yeah.
But I would go. Shoot, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's. At that point, it gets like everything kind of like
There's
clumps
just so
together,
many, yeah.
So I would. Days of Thunder is good. Like I don't know, it's hard not to say Days of Thunder.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just go. We'll go Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights, and he could be the other one because it brings in Tom Cruise into that one too. Help me, Tom Cruise.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'll just go with that. I'll just leave that there. So, well, let us know your top 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys tuning in and listening, and you'll be hearing from us again soon.
Yep, and can't talk, and be watchful for our recap of the MLB.
Trade
Trade
deadlines. Yep.
All right, we're out.
Thanks for listening to No Pads Sports Talk. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on social media at No Pads Sports Talk.